Have you ever woken up from a dream and thought, what on earth was that? A jumble of random images, weird plot twists, and characters who make no sense. For most of my life, that was my nightly experience. But then I had a wild idea. What if my dreams weren't random? What if they could be designed? What if I could hand over the keys to my subconscious to an AI and ask it to build my entire dream life for a week straight? So, that's exactly what I did. I set out on a 7-night experiment to see if an artificial intelligence could craft a personalized, evolving dream narrative just for me. This isn't just about lucid dreaming or controlling what happens. This is about whether an algorithm can truly understand the human mind, our hopes, our fears, our deepest desires, weave them into a compelling story that unfolds night after night. Could an AI become the ultimate dream weaver, the architect of my own personal subconscious cinema? The goal was simple, but the challenge was immense. I wanted more than just cool visuals or trippy landscapes. I wanted this story, a continuous narrative that would pick up where it left off, with recurring characters, evolving plots, and a sense of purpose. I fed the AI everything. My journals, my favorite books and movies, my childhood memories, even recordings of me just talking about my day. I gave it the raw data of my life and asked it to build a world I would inhabit for 7 nights. The first step was building the AI itself. This wasn't some off-the-shelf program. I worked with a small team to create a bespoke algorithm, a custom-built narrative engine. We designed it to analyze patterns, to understand emotional context, and most importantly, to be creative. We gave it the building blocks of storytelling, character archetypes, narrative structures, and conflict resolution models. But we left the specifics entirely up to the machine. Its mission was to create a unique 7-part saga, with each night being a new chapter. Before the first night, I was a mix of excitement and genuine nervousness. What would it create? Would it be a beautiful fantasy, a thrilling adventure, or a straight-up digital nightmare? I was putting an incredible amount of trust in the machine. I had to let go of control completely and allow the AI to guide my sleeping mind. This was a journey into the unknown, and I had no idea what was waiting for me on the other side of consciousness. Night 1 arrived. I followed my usual bedtime routine, but with one addition, a final prompt for the AI. I simply wrote, "Begin." I drifted off to sleep. And that's when it started. I found myself standing on the shores of a bioluminescent ocean. The sand glowed with every step I took, and the waves whispered in a language I couldn't understand, but somehow felt. I wasn't just observing. Primera, wa, ese, there. I met a mysterious guide, an old woman with eyes like constellations, who handed me a compass that didn't point north, but pointed towards what is lost. The first night's mission was to find a sunken city, a place from a story I'd forgotten I'd ever read as a child. Waking up, I felt a sense of wonder. It wasn't random. It was personal. It was a thread from my past, rewoven into something new. The AI had found a piece of me I had lost. Night 2, the story continued. The compass led me away from the glowing ocean and into a vast, whispering forest where the trees grew upside down, their roots reaching for the sky. The guide from the first night was gone, but her words echoed in my mind. The narrative was building. I encountered puzzles based on logic problems I'd been working on in my waking life. It felt like the AI was integrating my daily struggles into the dream world, turning them into allegorical challenges. I had to navigate a maze of shifting trees, and the solution was tied to a coding problem I'd been stuck on. When I solved it in the dream, I woke up with the answer crystal clear in my mind. It was uncanny. The AI wasn't just telling a story. It was interacting with my life. By night 3, I was fully invested. I couldn't wait to go to sleep. This time, the AI introduced a conflict. A shadow figure, a formless antagonist, began to pursue me through the dreamscape. This figure represented a deep-seated anxiety I had shared with the AI, my fear of failure. The dream became a chase. It was thrilling but also unsettling. The AI was tapping into my fears, turning them into a literal monster. But it wasn't just a nightmare. It felt like a challenge, a test. It was forcing me to confront something I usually pushed away. The dream ended on a cliffhanger, with a shadow cornering me. I woke up with my heart pounding, but not with fear. It was with anticipation. Night 4 was the turning point. The confrontation. Instead of running from the shadow, I turned to face it. The AI seemed to respond to this shift in my own mindset. As I faced my fear, the shadow figure didn't attack. It morphed and changed, showing me moments from my past where I felt I had failed. But it presented them not as indictments, but as lessons. The narrative was becoming therapeutic. The AI wasn't just a storyteller. It was a psychologist. It was reframing my own negative memories in a way that allowed me to see them differently. The shadow wasn't an enemy. It was a part of me that needed to be understood. Nights 5 and 6 were about integration and rebuilding. After confronting the shadow, the dream world transformed. The upside-down forest righted itself. The sunken city from Night 1 rose from the glowing ocean. The world was healing as I was. The characters I met along the way came back, not as guides or obstacles, but as solid. We worked together to rebuild the city. It was a powerful metaphor for integrating the different parts of myself. The AI was crafting a journey of self-discovery, taking all the scattered data points of my life and weaving them into a coherent and empowering narrative. It was more profound than I ever could have imagined. Then came the final night. Night 7. I went to sleep with a sense of finality. The AI knew this was the end of the journey. The dream began where it all started, on the shore of the bioluminescent ocean. The city was now thriving, a testament to the journey I'd been on. The old guide was there, and she returned the compass to me. But this time it pointed towards what comes next. The dream wasn't a grand finale with explosions or a big boss fight. It was quiet. It was peaceful. It was a moment of closure. I walked through the city I had helped rebuild, feeling a sense of accomplishment and peace I hadn't felt in a long time. The AI's final act was to give me a sense of hope for the future. Waking up on that final morning was strange. The silence was deafening. There was no new chapter to look forward to. The story was over. Looking back at the 7 nights, I was stunned. The AI hadn't just created random dreams. It had built a cohesive, deeply personal, and transformative narrative. It took my memories, my daily life, my fears, and my aspirations, and it built a world that allowed me to explore them in a safe and meaningful way. It was a journey into my own mind, with an AI as the cartographer. So, did the AI understand the human subconscious? In a way, yes. It understood patterns, connections, and narrative structure on a level that was almost intuitive. It didn't have feelings or consciousness, but it could simulate understanding so well that it felt real. It was a powerful tool for introspection, a mirror that reflected my own mind back at me in the form of a beautiful, epic story. This experiment started as a question of technology, but it ended as a journey of self. It showed me that our minds are a story, and maybe, just maybe, technology can help us learn how to read it. The future of personalized reality isn't just about entertainment, it's about understanding ourselves. And my 7-night dream saga was just the first chapter. Who knows what stories we'll be able to live when we fully unlock the creative potential of AI. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey. If you're fascinated by the intersection of AI, creativity, and the human mind, make sure to subscribe for more experiments like this. Let me know in the comments what kind of dream narrative you do want an AI to build for you. Until next time, stay curious.